Welcome to the Nerd Herd Nomad channel. This is our story of how we bought a 2001 Bluebird school bus from Pennsylvania, drove it home to Florida, and we gutted the inside all the way from the floor to the ceiling, and then we raised the roof about 20 inches. And we did it as a family. And we're going to continue our home on wheels and travel the United States and Canada.
Okay, so here's the plan. We're going to put this in that. We're going to pull it through, and we're going to use these pincher majiggies to do it. So Pops is going to stick that all the way through, just so you can see that it goes all the way through. Comes out the other side. See it right here. I got to force this in the hole though, because that one won't go neatly. It's a little bit tight. And then he'll grab this part here and pull out the other hole, and that's when we will attach over here the nut and the outside washer, or grommet really is what it is. I mean, it's like a washer, but it's splingy. So let me go grab the other piece. Through. Okay, this goes on. That goes on. And then this goes on. Spins opposite than you would think it will. It's backward spinning. You can let go of that part. I'm pushing against it from the other side. And that's it. Torque it down nice and tight. Look inside. She looks pretty. Let me show you what the inside looks like. This is over here. Okay, so that's what it's like there. And what we're going to do is attach some get away, love bugs are everywhere. 1/2 inch. I'll turn it around and show you the other side. Take that off. You see, there it is.
Voila.
Right there. That's it. Catch you up when we start doing something else. Okay, so a little while ago we drilled a hole in our pee bucket for our airhead, and this is how we're going to get rid of our urine. It's going to come out that pipe right there. That one. We put that in. See if I can get a shot of this that is even remotely decent, so you can see what it looks like. That's it right there. This is what's going to come down. Pee pee down that, and then that way out the bottom of the bus. It's going to go that way. It's going to join all that and go down that way. Drain straight. No, we have a greywater tank. We're going to let it drain too. But that pipe goes all the way up here. Comes up here. This is the other end. This is the end that has the window. Sorry. This camera really. There's the window. But that's where the toilet's going to sit. That's the front of the bus in that direction. So what we're going to do is, floor is going to go over, about to lay it down here in a second. It's going to go over, and then this will be up a little bit. And the spot where we put that fitting in the bottom of the bucket, we'll run a pipe this way, and then up into it. And I know I just moved around a lot, I'm sorry. But from that, there'll be a pipe that goes out there about, see that little cross mark right there? that little cross, that's about where the middle of the pee bucket is, where that fitting is. And then it will connect to that. Now our pee bucket at this point, until we re-engineer it, will not be able to be removed. It's going to be permanently attached there, but we'll have access once we resolve a couple other issues to basically just cut that pipe and readjust. So it's semi-permanent, if you get the idea. But that's where we're at. Pops is about to come back over here and glue and screw over the rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub, this smaller piece that he's holding up right there. That piece will go down on top of that. We'll set it down, Pops. Show him how it goes down. He's going to set that down. Now where his hand is right there in the hole in the middle, that's where the shower drain is. Over there in the end over there, that's the drain for the sink. So, here we go. Back in a minute.
All right, so right here is our bathroom, and this is where we're building a platform for our composting toilet. Now, the composting toilet is going to sit on top of this, but what we did was we ran, see if I can get it to look, a pipe from the outside of our pea catcher, and it's going to sit right there. Hold on, okay. It's going to sit right there, and then the plumbing will come up to it. Okay, we're back. I know it kind of looks like a rat maze, or kind of like when you get mad at your Sims and you take away all the doors and windows. It's kind of what it looks like. So we put this first piece down, and we're going to put another piece in the center, because that's going to be where the composting toilet is going to sit. And that way it'll make it secure. Alright? I'm going to, meanwhile, before we do that, I'm going to spray paint these little pockets just to seal the wood, and that way we can use it as storage too. And it's going to be in the bathroom. So, alright. Stay tuned.
Okay, underneath this, see this black? It's 3/4 inch plywood. 3/4 inch plywood all the way around it. And then underneath this is cedar. It's been treated with that Helmsman stuff that my lovely Miss Wife does. Yep. And then there's a whole section of this 3/4 inch plywood underneath that. Goes all the way there and then goes all the way across here. Also, down here, maybe a little hard to see, but that is going to take the liquids away from the toilet down into our greywater tank. That's a valve, so we can turn it off if we need to close it, and some other little things we're going to be doing. So what's going to happen is we're going to drill a hole in that area there that will open up down there, and it will connect to that. That's the gist. Now we used some small-headed wood screws type things to attach it. But they're really just holding it in place, waiting for that to dry. That's a Liquid Nails subfloor. Since it's going to have a lot of people getting on and off the throne, because there's 4 grown-ass adults in here, we decided that we needed to have something. So a lot of the stuff that's on the floor, we use the subfloor Liquid Nails. It's designed for, well, floors. You get the idea. So that's where we're at. Let that dry for a few moments, although it takes a lot longer than that. I'm going to go situate and get organized to start drilling holes and everything. Okay, this is the beginnings of the install for the toilet. We chose the Airhead toilet. Just do your own research, pick for yourself. I thought the throne you sit on, I thought was going to be a little more comfortable. It looked more like a normal throne. But this is what we did. Hold that thought. Okay, this is the difference. You can kind of see the rubber grommet in there. That's the black way over there. It goes up to this. The outside hole is 6 inches, because that's how big I needed it to be for that fan. And you can't see the fan because, see if I can stick something in it to stop it, because it is solar powered. See, there's a little button right there. That's how you turn it on and off. But it's solar powered, and it will just run for a long time. The inside one is smaller. The hole is smaller because it only needs to vent that. That's about 3 inches. That's the difference. So I'm going to attach this. This is the airhead. That goes there. And the way I marked, so I would know to center it on that little hole, is I took this piece here, set it on the hole, and when it looks centered, I just drew a black line around it. So you can kind of see right here. See the black line? So when I go to screw it in, I know I've pretty much got it centered, so that the fan is over the hole, because the fan is considerably smaller than the actual white thing. Okay, that's where we're at. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I got it up. Now I did not use the screws that came with it. I used some beefier screws, self-tapping screws. Mine were a little bit beefier. It's just a personal choice. The ones that came, they were nice screws. They were stainless steel. They're quality. I just wanted to use those, so I used those. Yeah, make your own choices. Remember, this is a what we did, not a how to do. We don't know how to do videos. We said, hey, this is what we did, like it or not. Now the next thing is, it comes with a whole bunch of this stuff here. This is this tube that sucks the bad air out. Goes to that fan. This fan here goes in there. Now, before it goes to that, it actually goes to this. That has that vent in there. That vent is well, it's just catch bugs, stop bugs from coming back in. Yeah, it actually comes apart. This piece goes in that, slides out. That way you can remove it to clean off the bugs. So pretty much. So you would take it apart and get all the buggies out and then put it back together. That's the idea. So you cut a small piece of this to go from here to here, and then you connect these together, and then the next piece of this goes from here to, well, the airhead. And that's where we're at. That red and blue line you're seeing there, that's the DC voltage. I haven't plugged that in yet. I will. So we got our airhead hooked up. She's operational, she's functional. We have the fan going straight outside, and on the other side we'll try to put a picture or something in it. There is a solar fan. Now those solar fans, they're very weak, but it gave us a way to break the side of the bus, the hole there, and be water resistant, because they're kind of designed for ships. I'm not happy with their power level, so I'm not recommending that you buy one. We did. I have 2 of them. That's what we're using. We got power here. This is speaker wire, 16 gauge speaker wire here. This goes all the way up to the front, and it's hooked into the bus's power system. So, but this little fan in here draws such a small amount, and I have a gauge that monitors the voltage. That a couple times a day I look at it. If it looks like it's getting low, I just crank the engine up, let it run, which is not bad for the engine anyway, to kind of keep it going. Now, a lot of videos on how to do an airhead. Don't be intimidated. They really are as simple as those videos make them out to be. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. The difference is, in our airhead, we drilled a hole in the bottom of our number 1, our liquids tank. Okay, that's the big difference for us. We drilled a hole and did some stuff, which we did some filming on that. Hopefully we can find it and throw it in the same video. And then underneath here... Sorry.
I'm using my phone as a camera because our other camera broke.
That's PVC piping. Okay, down in here. It's painted black because we just painted everything black because we didn't want it to be too obvious for people just looking at it. And then this is a valve. We leave this closed for our liquids until we're ready to use it. And now that I bring that up, we're ready to use it. Because the black water tank is installed. All of the plumbing going to the black water tank is installed. And we're going to go outside in a minute and show you that. We have dumped, 3+ gallons in the shower drain, which looks gorgeous. And we're gonna show that how we're doing our liquids evacuation. Here we go. Okay, so this is our greywater tank. Greywater tank's over here. We mounted it underneath. There's little video tidbits about that. This is the drain. If you're hooked up to like the standard RV park kind of thing. You know, you'd undo this, maybe. That comes off, you'd hook up your drain hose, things like that. That's pretty much the norm. There's nothing usually that you pull that slide and everything comes out. We're not gonna do that right now because we don't want that to happen right now. What we did, we also added this spigot so that when we want to discreetly get rid of our gray water, we hook up our yellow hose. I'll let you figure out why it's yellow. Our yellow hose, we hook it up here. This is all part of the same plumbing. Get that tight. And I don't see any leakage under here. For all the spider that's underwear, we'll try to take a picture and throw it in this thing, a still picture or something tomorrow when it's better lighting. So what I'm going to do is, my lovely wife is going to go over there. We're going to set up at the end of the hose, and then I'm going to come back over here while she's filming, and we're going to turn this blue valve. That will open and release those 4.5 gallons we just put in the tank, plus a little people stuff, a little bit. Okay? Hold that thought.
Here we go. Now that's not normally gonna be there. We're just trying to show the water coming out. Anticipation
Is making me wait. I don't know if 4 gallons is enough for that long hose. Got anything yet?
No.
What?
No. Yeah. There it goes.
Got float?
Yeah.
It took a second for it to get there. And that's it. That's the flow. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Sorry, can't lift it above the other end or it won't come out. That's it.
Awesome job.
That's the flow. And that's how we're going to
Go with the flow.
go with the flow. And we just throw that into the bushes. And that's the Nerd Herd Nomads discreetly getting rid of number 1 in a gentleman's fashion. Stay nerdy, my friends.
And follow us on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Do that stamping thing. Oh, it's not stamping. That subscribing thing. That tweeting thing. The Instagramming. No, not tweeting.
We don't tweet.
Instagramming. Facebooky.
Very good.
And YouTubey. Stay nerdy, my friends.